bad news? The science is in, the anecdotal reports are in. GMOs are dangerous, unnecessary, and bad for human health, animal health, and the health of the soil, and the health of our planet.
No kidding.
According to numerous studies, they make us very sick. Everything good that we were told about them was a lie or a horrible mistake. That's a lie. We were told they would increase yields. They do not increase yields. We were told they would decrease pesticide use, yet they increase pesticide use. We were told they would be more nutritious and require less water to grow, yet they are less nutritious and require more water to grow. They're even implicated in the massive decrease in the population of the honeybee, called colony collapse disorder. We were told they were necessary in order to feed a growing world population. But if they do not increase yields, how can they feed a growing population? Yes, the independent studies have been done and the science is in. The only yields GMOs increase are the profit margins of large chemical corporations and very large agricultural operations. In Europe, there's a large debate going on about whether or not GMOs should even be fed to animals. Almost no GMOs are allowed to be grown in Europe, and they are not allowed in food. Yet here in the USA, most people don't even know they are eating them. Unless you eat 100% organic, you are eating them. Is it any wonder the USA is 50th in the world in terms of life expectancy?
Is what?
50th in the world in terms of life expectancy. Went down from 49th just last year. Despite all the bad reports about GMOs worldwide, there's almost a complete ban on the reporting of their negative impacts and the lies or misrepresentations of the biotech industry. In case you haven't noticed, even so-called progressive, people-friendly media have enforced this ban. For instance, until very recently, NPR and The New Yorker have almost completely ignored this issue. If they do talk about Monsanto and biotech at all, it's to discuss their stock prices. Despite this de facto ban, word is getting out, 80 to 90% of Americans want GMOs labeled. Word is getting out. So why aren't they labeled?
I don't know. Why?
They are not labeled because the democratic political process in this country has been corrupted. It has been corrupted by the mega corporations that own our newspapers and our politicians. Yeah! They own our TV stations and magazines and large agricultural operations. We all know that this is no way to run a country based solely on what is good for big companies. So we elected a president who promises change, and we got more of the same.
Are you out of your mind?
Monsanto, the world's leading biotech company and creator of many GMOs, has placed many people in top positions of the United States government, including Michael Taylor, their former vice president, is now FDA Commissioner for Food. This is unbelievable. Clarence Thomas of the Supreme Court used to work for Monsanto as a lawyer. And there are many more. Roger Beachy, Islam Siddiqui, Raji Shah, Elena Kagan. Didn't work for Monsanto, but she's taken their side in court cases. Even recent diplomatic cables have come to light that the State Department is pressuring other sovereign nations to accept GMOs under threat of penalty. An economic penalty. Unbelievable. State Department. The recently passed Food Safety Modernization Act did not even mention GMOs, of course. It didn't even mention giant feedlot operations that raise animals in sickening ways, filling them with antibiotics to fight their inevitable diseases. Didn't even mention it. These antibiotics then enter our environment and are creating resistant bacteria or superbugs. But because these operations have so much influence, they are not prohibited from dangerous practices that affect all of us. The irony of such a bill being called food safety without these serious issues being addressed boggles the mind. Again, this aspect of the bill was not mentioned in the press, and many people who consider themselves well-informed are not aware of what happened. The New York Times, for one, pushed hard for its passage. So that's where we stand. All right, are you ready for some good news?
Please.
The good news is that we, as consumers, hold the cards. The cards. The best cards. We have the real power. The good news is that we do not need government regulations to stop GMOs. We just need to stop buying them. We need to vote with our dollars. If we don't buy it, they won't sell it. We need to tell our retail food suppliers that we will not buy foods contaminated with GMOs. We need to tell them this with letters and in person. We need to spread the word to our friends and families. We have the real power here. We don't have to stand in front of tanks or dodge bullets to stop this war. Just refuse to give them your money. While we must still demand that GMOs be labeled, and our other demands, as so eloquently said by our previous speaker, in the meantime, buy organic and let your supermarket know. Let Kellogg's and Kraft know, and the other ones. Join together with others. Join our Safe Food Coalition here in New York City. I'll take your email later. If enough parents of New York City school children can raise this issue, we can have an enormous impact. There's 1 million kids eating GMOs every day in New York City in the school program. Ask your favorite restaurant if they are GM-free. Ask them if they would like to be. Tell them how to do it. We'll have information on our website about that soon.